The story begins with our protagonist, Shin Wolford, a salaryman in an office who usually gets there late because he's overworking the night before. One night, when he's returning home, he meets an accident, getting hit by a van, and suddenly he's reincarnated as a baby in a mysterious world of magic. The wizard Merlin Wolford adopts him as his grandson and names him Shin. After several years, Shin has become a great young mage, as his grandfather was, and his grandfather taught him many things related to magic, watching him become stronger and using magic all the time. Merlin becomes worried and advises him to also learn magical gear from his friends Melida, Bowen, and Michel Colling. Later, after 2 years, Shin turns 10 years old and has become much stronger. Merlin takes him to the top of the hill to experience a fight with a sinister demon. As they arrive at the mountain, Merlin casts a magical spell named Search Magic, which contacts with other magical powers to show Shin how they can explore the world. Merlin teaches him that his magic spell is difficult to cast as it requires a control over the magic to some extent, but much to his surprise, Shin can cast the magical spell instantly without any training, and he notices the evil spirit deep in the forest. When they go to defeat the demon, Shin touches him with his outstanding skills, and even without Merlin's assistance. The following day, Shin is trained with Michel. Merlin arrives and decides to tell Shin the truth about him. He tells him that he adopted Shin, and his family was killed by a red grizzly demon 10 years ago. 5 years later, at Shin's birthday party, Merlin realizes that he never gave Shin practical life lessons, and Shin has been utilizing the scientific knowledge from his past world to create spells that have the potential to overbalance their society. Merlin is reluctant to let Shin into society. During their discussion, his uncle Dis, big brother Siege, and big sister Chris are revealed to be the king of Dicium of Earlshield, Christina of the Royal Guard, and Siegfried the Court Magician. With all being friends of Merlin, they relocate into the city. After deciding Shin will be enrolling to Earlshield's Magical Academy to learn about society and make friends, Shin, who has never seen females his own age, saves 2 girls, Maria and Cecile, from thugs. While wandering, he falls in love with one of them right away. Later, when they introduce themselves to each other, Maria asks Shin about his middle school, to which Shin answers that he just now arrived into the capital to get into the Magical Academy. Hearing this, Maria tells him about the wise man's arrival and is very curious about their grandson, who's also going to be participating into the academy. At the administration test, the academy test day arrives, with Shin there with the other participants, gathering at the academy. While Shin is trying to find his room number for the test, an arrogant young boy named Kurt von Ritzberg tries to get into a fight with Shin, but the king's son, Prince August von Earlshield, arrives at that moment and forces the student to flee. When Og introduces himself as the prince, Shin becomes happy to see him and treats him like a cousin, which makes Og feel happier. After that, Shin comes first in the entrance exam, as his magical power is far greater than the other participants, and he's forced to deliver the speech on behalf of all the students, this being at the entrance ceremony. On the other hand, Kurt is furious to learn Shin has advanced to the higher S level, while he's in the lower class of Class A. Later that night, Shin makes adjustments to his academy uniform, putting shield spells on it. With him showing it off to Melida, she becomes shocked at him and advises him not to tell anyone else he did this. Finally, the day of the entrance ceremony has arrived, and everyone has become shocked when Shin is being introduced as Shin Wolford, the grandson of the guru, Merlin Wolford. Later at the school, Maria asks for his help and tells him about the situation. Kurt has been threatening Cecile, telling her that she's going to be his fiance, with the girl already rejecting him several times. When Kurt arrives and tries to grab her, Shin moves forward to protect her. Kurt is forced to leave, Og is stepping in, doing so under his royal title. Shin then asks Merlin and Melida on whether he can change Cecile's outfit so he can better protect her against Kurt. Shin then invites everyone back to his house, but Melida refuses and tries to test Cecile, saying that her uniform would elevate her to the status of a national treasure. The girl tries to decline the offer, and Melida sees that she's very sincere about this, deeming her worthy of being protected, allowing Shin to put the protection on her. The following day, Shin goes back to the school with Maria and Cecile so he can better prevent any danger on their first day, and the group meets up with August and others. Og teases him for coming to school with 2 beautiful girls. Their homeroom teacher enters the classroom and tells them he will show them around the school after class. Later, while showing them, the teacher tells them that the academy has been divided into 2 parts. One has classes, and the others have different study groups and laboratories. Shin is not interested in joining a club, so Og suggested that they create their own club. Hearing this, everyone in the class is interested, wanting to join their club, this being because of the Wolford staff. Even the homeroom teacher offers him as a faculty member so he can advise the class, and suddenly, the club is named and considered as the ultimate magical study group, with Shin not liking this. Meanwhile, Kurt's father learns that Kurt has been using his family name to bully other students around, with this making the king summon Kurt's father, becoming very angry, scolding the boy. Kurt becomes furious and starts saying that he's superior and the chosen one and that no one could dare defy him. Seeing this, Kurt's father grounds him. Meanwhile, Kurt's teacher arrives at the residence. When he goes into Kurt's room and sees that Kurt has been grounded, he reveals his true nature by provoking the boy and giving him some evil magical power, then leaving the house. On the other hand, while eating their lunch at the school cafeteria, when Shin tells everybody about a sinister aura about the time when he killed a bear demon back when he was 10 years old, with everyone being very shocked by this. Later while walking, Shin observes an evil aura surrounding Kurt, who has now been completely turned into a demonoid, with Kurt appearing there to kill him, using his tremendous power. Shin is able to save everyone, putting a barrier around him. Shin advises everyone to step back and to inform the teachers about the situation. Fighting Kurt alone, he tries his best to stop him, but he becomes very uncontrollable, about to blow up the entire academy. Shin, with no other choice, kills him, taking his head off. When Shin arrives home, he sees his grandparents having an argument with the king. The king's attendant salutes him, awarding him with the First Order of Merit. Disium presents Shin a medal for destroying Kurt, recalling that their kingdom may soon see a more dire demon outbreak, reminding them that the demonoid last time had the kingdom on the verge of destruction. News about one returning will only put fear into the people. As the king, he must react, awarding Shin. Shin theorizes that Kurt was a victim of human experiment. Merlin is angered that Disium is involving Shin in politics, but he accepts it, seeing that it is necessary. The next morning, news gets out about Shin's deed, causing all the townswomen to stare at him in admiration. The king put a gag order, but the information spread has made it impossible for the people to not know about the details. Some of the girls gossip about which one of the girls is going to be his fiancé, which makes Sicilian blush, with her taking the initiative to comfort Shin. Shin's fame means that his teacher has to test remaining students who want to join his study group. To keep the membership manageable, 2 students manage to join Shin's group, Mark, son of a blacksmith, and Olivia, daughter of a restaurant owner. The other students remark about how Mark and Olivia come from great commoners' families. Shin asks Mark to upgrade his sword, better handle his enchantments. Mark isn't able to make a sword to fit his quality, but can make him a thin sword if that's all he's asking for. Shin also offers the more chestier student to have his grandmother teach her about enchantment magic, which she joyfully accepts, much to the dismay of Sicilian, making her jealous. The Security Bureau investigates Scrotum, who expresses remorse at Kurt's death. The investigators invite him to help study Kurt's corpse, but once at the castle, the investigators reveal that Kurt's name was never made public, exposing him. Scrotum destroys the castle. While walking, Shin and his party members see a giant hole in the side of the building. Shin and Og go to investigate, only to see Scrotum at the center of it all, with an injured guard telling them everything. Shin and Scrotum begin a duel. The battle is fierce, with both knowing many spells. Shin is able to destroy Scrotum's mask, revealing that he's not blind, but has demonoid eyes. Shin begins to cast a heat ray spell, which is so hot that it turns the sand into glass, leaving Shin unsure if Scrotum was able to escape. Disium's council congratulate him on the victory, being the knight commander and court magician, who come to ask him if he can explain his heat rate spell, with them having no idea what he's talking about. Scrotum is revealed to have escaped and survived. Melida seems concerned about whether or not Shin and Sicilian are not yet made a couple, asking Maria on her thoughts on the matter. Sicilian doesn't realize that what she's feeling right now is love. With her good looks and sweet personality, she's had many admirers over the years, with countless boys coming to ask for her hand. Maria argues that this is probably the girl's first love. Shin shares her concern that Scrotum is alive, so August assures him that the king will sponsor him and make sure that he's at his best to fight them. Mark and Olivia are bright and early to welcome them, which makes Shin wonder if they're together. The girls also want to question Olivia, taking her away for questioning. Og introduces himself, and after the loudmouth father bows in respect, Og further introduces Shin. With his shocking the factory, the prince needs the man to forge a sword for Shin. The king of Bluthvia learns of Zest, his spy. Earl Shit is troubled by the demons and the plan to invade. Shin decides to buy Sicilian some jewelry. The girl is flustered, coming up with a manner of different options, with Shin saying that he can't afford to buy them all for her, until he reveals it is for another defense enchantment, bumming the girl out, with this angering his friends, seeing his idiocy and not knowing the matter and not knowing how she's feeling. So the two of them go out to a jewelry store, and Shin buys her a ring. Disium presents Shin his medal in a public ceremony. With so many people there, Shin is a bit surprised and nervous. The king promises Shin that he's not going to use him for any politics or war, doing so in front of the entire court, reminding them of this, saying that his family will leave if they do so. The next morning, Shin is tired from having to attend the ceremony, a reception, and an after party. Outside, a mob of women appear outside his home to court him, making it impossible to walk to school, so Shin makes a gate to take them to the school. First thing out the gate, he runs into Yuri, having to explain his gate spell. Shin decides to help his friends level up, but struggles since casting the spells require an understanding of science, which his friends do not possess. He has to break down the perception of magic and start from square one. Shin has Maria and Sicilian perform a barrier spell so they can see the difference, showing the difference between the basic unreliable versus the concentrated multi-layered spell. Shin smirks, allowing them to feel the concentration magic that he possesses. The aura he creates is so dense and feels like it's never ending, suffocating them, bringing some of them to their knees. Schrodem and his subordinate, Mira, are shown secretly manipulating Blusphia's king. Shin's friends are inspired after seeing Merlin explain it is possible to learn Shin spells, explaining that Shin knows the outcome and the method of creation, also demonstrating his teleportation spell, saying anyone can learn him. With this further inspiring the students, Melida comments that the only reason that he actually learned the spell was so that people would stop looking at Shin so weirdly, or as like a monster, to make him feel more normal in society. Shin collects his new sword, which features a detachable blade to make replacing it easier if it breaks. Shin prepares some new design uniforms for the class. August wonders if the design he made can be used for the military so they can cut down on costs, especially with the new war coming very soon. Shin decides he will join the war, seeing that it's necessary to protect his family and friends. Schrodem kills the king and destroys Bluffia, passing a message along to the council of Dicium, saying that he destroyed Bluffia and has turned dozens of his strongest magicians into demonoid monsters under his control. Dicium declares an academy students must train alongside the students of the Knight military institution in order to defeat them, upsetting everyone, with this being because the Knight students are notorious for bullying the magicians. Shin forms a party with August, Cecilia, and Maria, and they're alongside 4 knights, Kreese, Miranda, Noan, and Kent. Fed up with the knights' attitudes, August orders Shin to let the knights to fight the demons by themselves. Shin learns that his team advisors are going to be Siegfried and Christina, with them both being rather popular among the students, having admirers. After finding a boar demon, the knights are swiftly defeated, forcing Shin to step in and save them by severing the boar's head in one blow. The knights realize they're weak and how much they need to learn before boasting about their skills. Receiving a lecture, Cecilian heals their wounds, causing the 3 knight boys to develop crushes on her, causing Shin, Maria, and Miranda to become jealous, making Shin annoyed throughout the day. More than 100 demons attack them, with an annoyed Shin asking can he defeat them all. The advisors say he can, and he makes a massive explosion spell, impressing everyone. Miranda apologizes for her actions and for being jealous of Shin's abilities, then apologizing to Cecilian for insulting her boyfriend, causing massive embarrassment both Shin and Cecilian to insist that they're not dating, but everyone realizes that they're clearly together. If you like today's video, here's another one just like it, so go check it out. I'll be breaking down this anime into multiple parts, and if you like the video, why not subscribe, and I'll see you next time.